Hey guys, DG here. I'm going to make a quick building tutorial for a freestanding structure. Um, just to show how not to be soft-sided and go over all of the server building rules. Excuse me. So first, one thing you can do is one thing that I always do is wherever I'm going to build, okay, I'll zoom in, I'll double left click, and I'll make a marker. So I know where I'm going, right? And I always use the castle as mine. Or not always, but I think the castle's pretty chill. You can slide these for different colors. I like teal. Alright. Number one thing to make sure of is I can't show you this on the test server. However, you cannot build in restricted areas. So if you're on when you're on the actual server, you'll see areas that are giant red circles with lines going through them. Those are the no build zones. Somebody asked the other day if that was a PvP zone. The entire map is PvP. Those are just zero build zones. Along with key rooms. You cannot build over top of key rooms. So, for example, you can't build a base right here overwatching blue key card. You cannot build within safe zone or any side of any militaries, anything like that. You cannot build a base overlooking a military. That's not to say that you can't build next to one. You just have to make sure that you would be able to not you wouldn't be allowed to have windows on either side. And even then you're playing a risky game. The admins could come in at any time and just take out whatever they want of your base for any reason. Whether it's something to do with server performance or rules being broken that they felt. It's kind of a case-by-case basis if you're building near military. I would just keep that in mind. Okay. So this is where I'm going to build right here, right? Somewhat flat ground. I personally like using floors instead of foundations, but I just don't think we're gonna have a way around that right here. Anywho, what you do, you throw down your flagpole kit. Okay, you buy this from Trader. It's $2,500. You start with 50K starter money, right? Nobody can lower your flag for you, and nobody can dismantle your flag except for you or an admin. So if you find a base location that you like, and you're here on wipe day or your early wipe, you can just buy that, run somewhere and throw it down, and that's now yours. Okay. The only thing somebody could come do is run up to your flagpole, click F. They could see your restrictions, meaning you're allowed to have 20 doors. They can all be tier 3 if you want. You can only have 16 foundations, 2 greenhouses, 10 sleeping bags. That's 1 per player, as you're allowed to have 10 players per group. Only 5 online at a time. You're allowed to have 2 parking garages, as I've never seen the need for more than 1, but you are allowed 2 of the virtual garages. You can have 3 3D printers, which I'll walk you guys through in a later video, along with the key card workbench. Big safe. It says here 2, but I believe it's been upgraded to 3. You're allowed to have 3 big safes. Anywho, just check this. See what you're allowed to have before you go spend all your money at Safe Zone and go, oh, I can't place this down. Now I spent all my money. You know, just come up to it, check it, take a picture of what you're allowed, go buy your storages, right? Next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to have your Base Building Plus workbench. And you can pick this up at any time, right? I can't pick up my flagpole kit, but I can dismantle it and then pick up the kit and then redo it after a second. So we're gonna come in here. We're just gonna get 4 foundation kits. I don't know if the server is still gonna let me only have 1 at a time. Oh, so far so good. Alright. So then, we're going to go ahead and build our foundation, right? Now, it's important to note that making anybody that's trying to raid you, if they have to mantle, crouch, crawl, go prone, like any of that, that's all illegal. Okay, so we're going to place this. One thing I forgot real quick is we're going to need a ramp to go up to it. Otherwise, it kind of defeats the purpose. Or my keybinds aren't working. Anywho, where'd that go? Here it is, foundation. You can down on the arrow pad, enable snapping. So we'll do one there. One here. And one here. It's important to know also, foundations and floors are both soft-sidable, but not from underneath. You have to be on top of a floor to soft-side it. There's a few guys that I've noticed that have been putting floors as roofs, and you don't want to do that at all. Alright. So now we have a ramp going up so nobody has to mantle. We have 4 foundations, right? I like to use the hatchet personally just because hammers break, they cost money, and you can't fix them. You can only fix the hatchet with the sharpening stone, which is why I prefer to build with that. So let's get started. We'll go ahead and we'll build this. Make sure if you're building with a hatchet, there's always going to be the dismantle option first. So you scroll with the scroll wheel, right? So we're going to build the large ramp. Okay. We'll come up here, we'll build the... I have to do it from down here, huh? Go to my mission for foundation. Might have to have a hammer to build the actual foundation. Let's see if that's the case real quick. We'll find out. Most things you can build without the foundation. So don't know why that was being buggy like that. You can definitely 100% build these foundations with hatchets. I've done it. I don't know why the test server is being buggy for me right now. You can come back up here. We're going to build the wooden floor. Tier 1's fine. as they can only raid you. Once this is sealed in, of course, they can only raid you through doors. Soft siding is allowed 24/7, which just means if I put up a wall on 3 of these, and they were able to come up the ramp and hit this one, dismantle it, and then now there's a little peek into the rest of the base, they're 100% allowed to do that. So you kind of just want to keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on your hatchet. I'm kind of an idiot, so I just always sharpen stone it as soon as it gets worn. Most of the time in game, I'll let it wait till it gets damaged, but if you ruin it and break it, you can't fix it anymore, right? So now we're gonna go build a door. We want a door kit. You could also build a, where's it at? Gate kit, which is like a garage door. Or you could do the actual garage door. Gate swings out, garage opens up like a garage door. Door kit's obviously just the door kit. For the sake of the video, we're just gonna do that. That one simple garage, or door kit rather. Alright. Now, you don't want to just have walls everywhere, right? You want to be able to shoot people back when they're coming up and shooting at you. So we'll go ahead and throw up some window kits. I don't know if I built enough. I don't think I did. Anywho, maybe I did. Maybe I built too many. I'm not mathing right now, I'm just doing this. So, you want the green facing inside when you're placing a door. Right? Now, it's important to know, so I was checking a message from the admins, or one of the admins. So it's important to know that you saw the green was facing inside the base. That's what you want. Now later on, if you were going to gate stack this, you would want the green still facing the inside. You know what I'm saying? Or sorry, the inside of you. Outside of, away from the gate stack. I misspoke. So we're going to build a door frame. Doors and windows cost a little bit more nails to build just because there's more steps to them. Alright. I recommend trying to get the sheet metal as fast as possible. I believe it only costs 5 to do the door and the wall. Actually, so let me look. So we're at 27. There's the door. This will be the wall. That was a little off. Cost 8. But you can see now that this is a tier 2 door, which means it's either going to take 2 homemades or 1 heavy to blow into it, versus just 1 homemade bomb, which, believe it or not, people get on like day 1 sometimes, and I'm not one of those players. I'm not good enough to do all that. But I know that I try to make as many doors as I can. Again, green inside. We'll go ahead and place all down these window kits. Sorry, I can't talk. If you talk to me in game, you'll notice the same thing. Alright, so I need 3 more. And I don't have a code lock on me. I can grab one real quick just to show you how they work. That should be, yep. Alright, so we're going to come inside. Close the door. Code lock in your hand. Door has to be closed. Do it from the inside. Boom, attach code lock. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You make your code whatever you want. You have to enter it twice the first time. And then everybody else in your group only has to enter it once. And now if all these other walls were up and the roof was up, you'd be secure. Alright, so we're going to come back to here. We're going to finish building these windows. It's important to know that for windows, although they're not rateable, meaning you can't place a C4 on them, is all I mean. If somebody drove a car up here and your window was open, they are more than allowed to just climb through and have full access to your base. So I always highly recommend putting in... Oh, see, I just accidentally dismantled. So you want to make sure you're doing the right thing. Window bars. That'll stop people from mantling into your... in through your windows. Alright, so now we're going to do... plank wall. And this one's done. You don't have to upgrade it to sheet metal, as they can't place C4 on it. We'll do the same thing all around here. Another thing to note while we're doing this, when you're starting out, you might find a tent. And tents are great things to have to get started. You can put a code lock on a tent and kind of keep your things secure for the time being. I almost built the wrong thing. Kind of keep your things secure while you're building up nails. And it's important to note that when we start wipe, it's always on a Friday, and we're weekend rating only. Soft siding is allowed 24/7, but weekend rating, say we do a wipe on a Friday, that weekend you don't have to worry about being rated. It's disabled still, so you have a week to build up. So it's not too bad to get nails and the tools and stuff you need. Like I said, just with your $50,000 starter cash, I would just buy your flagpole kit wherever it is that you want to build. Go place that down, because no one can take it down for you other than an admin. You might give away your base location and you might have to fight for it. But if you're a new player, there's plenty of places that you're going to be able to build that are hidden from the world. My first 2 wipes on this server, I built on like the far outskirts of the map. Just because I knew I did not want to be in constant traffic of being shot at every single time I was going into base. It's also important to note that you cannot combat log, so if you're in a gunfight with somebody and they're shooting at you, you can't just run into your base and log off. You can by all means run into your base and try to shoot them back, but there's a 10-minute timer before you're allowed to log out. So I'll place this one down. Place this one down. Where'd the other one go? Here it is. And this one down. Let's check my hatchet durability. You can see it Let me see if I can. No. Anywho, right above your stamina bar, there's a little green dot. That's your hatchet durability. Sometimes for me it's hard to see, so the best way I do is I just hit tab and I just hover over it. Right now it says pristine. I usually wait to repair it until it says damaged or badly damaged. But you also have to keep a close eye on that because once you ruin it, it's done. You can't fix it. The other thing to note, I don't have a tree next to me, right? So we'll run down to one of these trees real quick, and I'll show you guys how to make planks, because you're going to need a lot of planks. Right, so gather wood log with your hatchet, fire axe, whatever, doesn't matter. You can only build with the hatchet. Alright, so this is plenty. I don't even know if I have storage. I do. Okay, so now we're going to run back up here, and I'll show you how to turn these logs into planks. Right, another thing we're going to do is we're going to move our base building plus workbench inside. You do not need a screwdriver typically. You should be able to just pick it up. Usually there's an option. There it is. Fold. Might have to play with it a little bit. You know, it's Daisy. You gotta get used to that. Alright, so we're gonna run inside. Right, I'm gonna put this down somewhere where it's not in the way of anything. Turn off snapping because I don't want it to snap. Right, so now we're there. We'll throw the book back on it. It's important that you have this book. You can also buy this from Safe Zone along with the workbench. And then for your roof, you can build hatches, but you are not allowed to code lock them, as a C4 can't be placed on them, which makes your base unraidable. And if someone makes a ticket and they're trying to raid you, an admin will come and they will just take the code lock off. No warning, nothing. Right? But for the sake of the video, we're just going to do 4 roof kits. You don't want to do floors unless you're going up a floor and making a second floor. But for the sake of this video, we are just doing a simple little 2x2. Green is inside. Now somebody can't dismantle your roof from the top, only from the bottom. And if you're a single floor, there's no need for them to. If that makes sense. If they're already inside your base, they're already inside your base, and they don't need to break it down. That's not to say that they won't if they themselves need kits and stuff like that too. Alright, so we're going to go back. We're going to finish building our window frames. Because on a busy server, especially wipe day, there's 40, 50 people online that I've seen so far. And every wipe day, we're getting more and more people. So we're going to build the bars. Always put the bars on your window, especially on your first floor. I would even do it on your second floor. Tier 1 plank wall. Check the hatchet. It's only worn. We're okay. Window frame. Make sure you're not dismantling. You want to always be building. I don't like the log walls. If you like log walls, you can do that, but you have to have a log. And I'm going to show you guys how to make those planks here in just 1 second. As you notice, I just received a paycheck of $2,500, so you also get paid 2,500 bucks. I think it's every in-game hour that you're playing. Just as a way to kind of keep you on your feet if you're having trouble and you're struggling. Again, you don't have to upgrade these to tier 2 or tier 3. Right now, it's giving me the option for the log wall just because I have those logs on me. Alright. So we're going to take these logs. We'll drop them on the ground. You have your saw. And then you look at them, you just craft wooden plank. Your saw loses durability a lot faster than your hatchet does. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can get you get 4 planks per log, but you can get I want to say a stack of 10. You can either get 9 or 10 logs cut before you have to repair your saw. Now eventually you'll be able to get like chainsaws, and that is huge as well. If you're going to go further with it, which I suggest you do, like gate stacking, and you want to add peaks, you cannot add toe peaks. Those are against the server rules. The only peaks you're allowed to have are peaks that allow your attackers to have the same advantage as you have yourself. Meaning if you build... Where's the door at? If you build a half wall coming down here and a half wall right here, and there's a peak right here, that's fine, because you can shoot the intruder, and the intruder can also defend themselves and shoot back at you. Or the attacker, rather. So now I'm damaged. I'm going to go ahead and use a sharpening stone, just because I'll forget otherwise. We're going to build the frame. Another thing to note is you cannot use a tent as a door. So say you have this built up, you can't just place a tent there and use that as a door. That is against the rules. Someone will make a ticket when they're trying to raid you, and the admins will remove it. Or if the admins just happen to see it, they're going to remove it. Whatever storage you had inside of it is going to be removed. Okay? Raiding is weekends only. Soft siding's 24/7. If you're going to do either of those, you have to record. You have to record the whole time. So now we're secure, right? But we don't want to just leave our flagpole kit outside and let people see what we have. Because all they have to do is come up to it, press F, they can see how many doors you have, and basically plan for how they're going to raid you. So we're going to lower the flag. Okay, take the flag off of it. Now with your hatchet, you can look at the pole and dismantle. You can't build on main roads. So you can't just like this road here can't build This road here, can't build. Let me see if I can zoom out and find somewhere where there's like a tiny road. These tiny like little trails, you can build on those. Those are okay. But as for all the main roads, you cannot build on as they impede the travel for the vehicles. Okay, so we'll close this. Now we're going to put our flagpole kit back inside. You can kind of put it wherever. Doesn't really matter. You just kind of want to put it strategically to where it's not going to affect your peaks and whatnot. Right? So we got this built. And voila. Flagpole's up. Now at a later date, if you wanted to, you can see the flagpole there. Let me see how much resources I have left. I think I have enough to still do it. Is that all the planks? I hate that it takes the planks out of separate piles instead of just taking them all from one pile at a time. Alright. So, say later on, you're like, you know what? Now we're ready to expand. We want to build up. So you'd go ahead and build yourself a floor hatch kit. Right? So we would pick that up. We'd come back to our hatchet. And see, you can dismantle this roof from the inside, but not outside, which means nobody can soft side you. Right? But we're going to dismantle this because now we want to build up a floor, right? And keep in mind, you can only build up 4 floors. I know this is probably... That's right where the door is. I'll do it right here. You can only build up 4 floors. You can't build trap bases. Meaning you can't build a base where someone's going to come in to raid you and they get stuck and then you can just kill them and take their things. Like, you can't do that. So we're going to dismantle this again. And you don't have to worry too much because you'll get some of your resources back. Not all. But you will also get the kit back. Alright. See, roof kit. You'll get some of the planks back as well. Okay. So where'd that go? Floor hatch kit. You can sometimes play with it to get it rotated however you want. Right here doesn't bother me at all. Right? So we're going to build this. Now keep in mind, to do this, you cannot code lock this. So now, if you had this gate stacked and they blew up and you had a door here, they got through this door, they get to your hatch. If you don't turn all these into floors, they can dismantle and get to the rest of everything else. Now, where's my build option at here? You just synced it. There it is. Do the hatch. Wooden floor. Right, the hatch is up. Now we just need stairs, right? Alright. So now you can get back up on top of the roof. Again, you cannot code lock these. Absolutely not. Cannot code lock them. Bases have to be raidable. Alright, so we're going to dismantle this roof. We're going to replace them with floors. Otherwise, they can just soft side up to your next side. Because one thing you can do at the top of your hatch is if you disable snapping, you can build windows and doors around your hatch to kind of protect it. But if you don't replace your roofs, well, then they're just going to dismantle them from the inside and climb up anyway and bypass your doors. Texting at the same time I'm making this video. Give me 1 second here. Alright. We'll keep dismantling. Now these roof kits you'll be allowed to use again. You can replace them. We'll pick up our kits, the roof kits, the nails. Like I said, you won't get everything back, but you will get some stuff back. So it's definitely worth picking up all that stuff. I could probably shuffle it around, but I'm just going to put it here for now. Alright, nails. I just try to stay as organized as possible. It's my little OCD thing. Alright, now we have... That's all of them, right? Oh, no, here it is. Thought I was missing one. Alright. So now we're going to build 3 floors. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're going to put these floors up. Snapping is enabled. Right? Now the green basically means it can only be soft-sided or dismantled from that side. So this blue right here is fine. Okay, we're going to go up top. My hatchet's worn. Alright, so we're going to build the frame. Tier 1 floor. Build frame. Remember to scroll wheel to build instead of dismantle. Alright. And you may think that you're good now. You may think that you're good to log off now because you think your base is secure, but it's not. You can dismantle these floors, see? So you need to build, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 or 8. more windows. Gonna go ahead and sharpening stone. For whatever reason, when I gave myself the sharpening stone, I did not make them pristine. Is what it is. So they're single use, but it's fine. I should have enough. So we'll come back here. We're gonna build the windows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably miscounted, but that's okay. Alright. And we still have our roof kits, so we don't have to rebuild the roof kits. Right? So we have 3 of them here. 1 right here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get our windows up. Sure, 1 can go there. 1 here. We'll go through and get down all the blueprints, and then we'll just build them. Still probably didn't build enough. Oh, nope, I did. Alright. Look at that, I did math. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and build these. It's important to note that this is expensive. So you want to make sure after you get your first little 4x4 up and your... I would recommend at least 2 doors, depending on when you're starting the server, that you take the time to gather the required resources before you try to expand. And I'll quit talking here just so it I can speed this up a little bit, make the video a little bit shorter. No, we're already coming up on 45 minutes, so... While keeping an eye on your hatchet's durability, of course, because you don't want it to break. On the test server, it's not too big of a deal because I can just spawn a new one in, but on the real server, you won't be able to. I think they're 12 grand a piece, and that'll add up. You can find them on the ground, so you don't have to buy them. Like I said, I would recommend just buying your flagpole kit and placing that down wherever you want it first. If you have somewhere hidden that you want to build away from the world. Usually I would do the plank wall first, just to give you a little bit of added protection in case someone tries to shoot at you while you're building. Some people like to build as freshies and just keep everything in their inventory as like a freshie, and that way if they get killed, all their stuff's still secure inside. But that's completely up to you, how you want to do it. I personally like having at least a gun on me. That way I can defend if someone tries to come at me while I'm building. Doesn't mean I'm going to win, but by golly, I'm going to try. Alright, so last one here. Sure, again, the bars, you always want the bars. Otherwise, people can't open your window from the outside, but if you were to leave it open, they'd be able to get in. Alright. Should have enough planks here. Roof kits. Green inside, meaning they can't soft side it from the outside. Alright, I'll come back to building. Just worn. Build frame. Tier 1 wooden roof. Build frame. And then come to when I do the next video for the 3D printer and the DNA workbench tutorials. I'll also throw in how to upgrade to tier 3, as you can't. Right now, you just build the whole thing and then you upgrade it to tier 2. For tier 3, you have to dismantle all the way down to the frame itself. So if you wanted to make your door tier 3, you'd have to dismantle it until it's just the frame, and then build it from tier 3 up, like that. I wasn't paying attention to my durability. That's pretty much it, guys. This base cannot be soft-sided now. Right? So you'll come down here. Flagpole kit has to be on the first floor. Cannot dismantle these floors from underneath. Right? You have a door here. You can stack this a few more spaces. If you put another door just like directly like right here, and they put a C4 on it, the splash damage will still also take out this door. But as you notice, these are full squares. It has to be about a half square. So about right here, you can put another door. And you not have to worry about it being damaged. So this is DG. I hope this helps you guys. And if you need anything, see you in the next tutorial. Feel free to scroll through, pick and choose what bits and pieces you want to watch, etc. I appreciate it. This is DG. I hope you guys enjoy the server. It's the best one I've ever found. And that's why I'm so willing to help the staff. They've been nothing but amazing to me and my group. Even the players. Come wipe day, you might think people are being toxic by taking your whole kit. But I promise you, it's just because they're in the same boat as you are. later on in the wipe, if you're running 338, like I still have 338s, and people are running tappers, 90% of the time they leave me my kit. So don't feel entitled to it, but I'm just saying it's not a toxic server for the most part at all. It's the best server that me and my group has ever found. So I appreciate you guys. Love you all, and I hope this helped.